title is glad you is a long time to wait. Death cousin has a slave, so the prophet said to take it from the kids who I laid. Now solid as a rock, that ain't Hudson Bay. Them are Moorish docks, everything L. 9 drops from ya, where I'm from yourself. The who's blank, I'm not. She's out the water, the bank sprung up. With unsalvation now, you can't stand up. In the womb there's scars, arms, 2 legs, arm heads, none for them, of us. Humanity, Marcus was the harbinger. Ali came forth from ya. The great meeting is on. I see the crescent of the Dragon Ball when dive into the 101. Oh man, you went up. L, realign with yourself higher up. What up? 2 grips, what you shaking? You forming the trust. Wait, oh it's your funeral. You arming with libraries, Moorish Garbin. The title is glad you is a long time to wait. That cousin has a slave, so the prophet said to take it from the kids who I laid. Now solid as a rock, that ain't Hudson Bay. Them are Moorish docks, everything L.
Matriarch rules, spirit lessons, watch patriarch fools telling you man is God when the creator is you. The mud you made man from is really the womb. Feminism got you single and trying to be your groom. The prophet held you in his arms, turban with a plume. Told you be yourself, your face wearing a costume. Waving your fake fingernails and flipping your fake hair. Never on time paying late fees for daycare. Blaming dad, trying to be right, not the fact you're a dyke. Keep your male sons childlike and life dream like 800 note phones, massaging dicks for those. From lower self to higher self, it's just a stone's throw. If I'm a star, then God is, you are a universe. I'm your helper, you are the God and the earth. You are the yin, I am the yang, that came from yin. We all came from her, civilization is feminine. She is nature, intuition, wisdom and compassion. Woman's highest calling, lead man to his soul's passion. And man's highest calling is to protect her. Not when she talks, dismissing intellect as conjecture.
The title is glad you is a long time to wait. That cousin has a slave, so the prophet said to take it from the kids who I laid. Now solid as a rock, that ain't Hudson Bay. Them are Moorish docks, everything L.
I'm a Moor, 10 toes down on my square, yeah. To get here, you might need a couple stairs, yeah. Walk through the darkness to get to the light, yeah. I enforce law all by myself, yeah. With no cameras, no gimmicks, cause this is real life, people. I don't take pictures. You can deal with the facts or love fiction. You identify with black, you know something's missing. Where your flag, where your nation, ain't something missing. Here's mine right in front of me, and it was hitting. We were taken from Africa, that's full listen. Cause we was right in America before Christians. And I'm Moorish American, I'm so gifted. I don't need marijuana to get you lifted. That's what I do for humanity, don't get me twisted. The Inquisition control, you've been calling business. I call it treason, the reason I'm so relentless.
Glad you is a long time to wait. That cousin has a slave, so the prophet said to take it from the kids who I laid. Now solid as a rock, that ain't Hudson Bay. Them are Moorish docks, everything L.
Arm, leg, arm, head. Mama, meditate, laying in my bed with my mala. I self-law, a master, Allah. Nearest place to me, there is the heart. Love, truth, peace, freedom, justice, what we follow. Egg of life transformed, turn into the flower. Tree of life, man's form, learn the Kabbalah. See through the sandstorm, move like impalas. Follow Drew Ali's model, yeah. We them street scholars. We don't pop bottles and we don't pop collars. Hand on the throttle every second, minute, hour. Rhythm, vibration, words, sound and power. Perfumes and sensation, flesh has devoured. Took its final station, now the sweet smell sour. Always practice patience in heat, never power. Here the free with punch L from the tower, let your hair down.
The title is glad you is a long time to wait. That cousin has a slave, so the prophet said to take it from the kids who I laid. Now solid as a rock, that ain't Hudson Bay. Them are Moorish docs, everything else.
Yo, Grand Sheik, man, these fools is pissing me off. I already told you not to entertain these fools, man. What's wrong with you?
You know I got him.
Yeah, I know, but, it's getting to a point where I'm ready. Yo, it's just some butt and cut shit I'm on, bro. Straight butt and cut.
In the scope.
Any violation, you already know what it is. I ain't even into no long talking, and I even have to bring the thing for them. But, yo, them fools, y'all have to know their self and know their place.
You guys are killing yourselves. Always looking for a way out. Only way out is your hard work. If you don't do it yourself, it's not gonna happen. You're not gonna sit there and fucking listen to sellouts that's gonna help you get to where you need to get to. These weave-wearing, fat, lazy people.
Tongue scimitar left the sheath. Dirty Moors are beneath. Replace the mother's head. Have her carry their wreath. Traders with cock eyes and coffee-stained teeth. Smoking a bogey. Wrote a book with Rami. Thought he's my homie. Now he's flying cartoon flags. Dancing like a drag queen. Whale face. When you look up what a fag mean. Camera L big face. Look up treason. Saying the Canaanland but not seeing at Temple 5 meetings. Using our address to disrespect is callous. See me and look down. Eye contact leaves him paralysis. Moors begging to light them up like Aurora Borealis. Instead of dropping rolls on them, drop a Moorish palace. Hulk smash to dust, blow away like blunt trash. Trader more so dirty, lips have a cunt rash. Claim they leave the station, saw the punks pass. Butler Moore's claim consul general flashing a badge. Made in China by a Taj Street dick rider. Selling false promises to die by witch fire. Burned at the stake under a heaping pile of Mahdi. The smell would be disgusting but make me happy. Don't drink enough water, watch how the lips chappy. Lying on Drew Ali, belly yellow like Aki. When dirty Moors ambush, they spit on but never slap me. Not even a punch. These online talking shit punks. Using Zooms to sell a package. 35 racks, violate Zodiac and Divine. 35 straps tied to a pole. 20 more for selling your soul. Use a fire hose when trolls spraying the trolls. Head kicked like a field goal. See me like a peephole. Keep you hard and partial so you'll never be whole. Online scholars nowadays play a unique role. Sell a package to the right more buried in a deep hole. Wrapped in plastic, call them Snickers. Using my name to upload titles, got them triggered. Zombified in their lives, out eyes, falling skippers. Abandoned Moorish ties to be spies for vicars. Ladies in the red dress call Hayes and Callaways. If they had obeyed, they wouldn't be dragged through the alleyways. I'm not cordial, thrown in a portal for immortals. Negro bystanders think it's paranormal, but it's formal. We don't argue or quarrel. Dirty Moor should get touched for acting clitoral. Stroked when provoked, sellouts wearing the yoke. Tilling the lands on bare hands and knees for jokes. Or calling the clan, deliver a sellout to the grand wizard. Or make him lick a frozen pole during a blizzard. Or waist high in a fish tank, piranha is Richard. On my Clint Eastwood, I can't stand niggas. Don't wanna mirror Moors and act like slave pitchers. Watch for dirty Moors, they move like snake slither. Treason committed, under torture, quick to admit it. Cleverness of the righteous surprises the wicked.
Sitting on the couch all day, just sitting here telling y'all what to do. And y'all just sitting there fat, watching them, paying for these dumbass packages. There's no sugar coating. That's what it is. That's what's happening.
Actually, lucky thing I don't have much more room to talk. I had enough to say too, You guys ain't fucking with none of our leaders, bro. Not our Grand Sheik, anybody. And today Jamal got free up too. Rise of the Moors, you know what it is. We all over, worldwide, universal. Islam.
Ayo, eyes.
I thought I was done rhyming, but had to bring it back. Like Jordan in 45 when I'm on by cap. Prove that hip-hop lives, they deceived you with rap. Deceived you with language, deceived you with maps. Deceived you with civil rights, abandoned the human ones. No right for child abuse by the pedophilians. I thought I was done rhyming, but had to bring it back. Like Jordan in 45 when I'm on by cap. Prove that hip-hop lives, they deceived you with rap. Deceived you with language, deceived you with maps. Deceived you with civil rights, abandoned the human ones. No rights for child abuse by the pedophilians. Hope making visits to apologize to natives who really are the foreigners. Watch the pre-shapeshift, change form. We call him he, she, him, her. To make the Babylon fall with no timber. Got to stretch daily, keep the joints limber. Even Kareem men corrected from our cinder. You can't hide truth from a hardcore student. Black means death in the science of jurisprudence. In law, that's black status dead civilly. All Moors are active, no passivity. No matter what you said, don't care what you saw. You're not gonna get me to say I'm not a Moor. No matter what you show or told me before, you're not gonna get me to say I'm not a Moor. No matter the games you play, no matter the score, you're not gonna get me to say I'm not a Moor. No matter if he's killed a cop, shattered his jaw, you're not gonna get me to say I'm not a Moor. 101 questions, multiple lessons. Study like a super nerd, late night sessions. Finding out so much facts, how are you in doubt? Drew Ali brought you something to yell and shout about. If they're not convinced, their minds probably mince. But if they persist, pass a book like an assist. Most books I gave out never got returned, but got cases adjourned and ignorance unlearned. Got the debt discharged, collection took a settlement. Credit card company guilty of fraud, negligence. Standing on the square, no attorney to represent. A firm never swear, feathers up, I'm not Methodist. Great Seal Medallion, crystal beads mala. Riding with Killmonger, CIA owned T'Challa. Be careful where you walk more, watch for disaster. My teacher's still a master on the platform of a pastor. No matter what you said, don't care what you saw. You're not gonna get me to say I'm not a Moor. No matter what you show or told me before, you're not gonna get me to say I'm not a Moor. No matter the games you play, no matter the score, you're not gonna get me to say I'm not a Moor. No matter if he's killed a cop, shattered his jaw, you're not gonna get me to say I'm not a Moor. Honest to the prophet, Drew Ali, not Brister. Don't worry what they say loud, but what they whisper. Spies everywhere tell me, you're calling it snitching. Energy talks loud, I knew from the beginning. Mothers who they trusted told me he was tripping. All the honey dipping, their own grave they're digging. Listen, I'm not new to this, I had the best tutorship. Moorish Science Temple, Adept Chamber rulership. Big brothers and clan mothers taught me the ways. What time to sun gauge, truism cliches, taboo hidden meanings, feelings of visitors. Most remain picketers and stay on perimeters. In our chat solicitors, lower self prisoners, confused listeners, sold to inquisitors, colorable terms, respondent and petitioners, challenge jurisdiction of the CRA commissioners. No matter what you said, don't care what you saw, you're not gonna get me to say I'm not a Moor. No matter what you show or told me before, you're not gonna get me to say I'm not a Moor. No matter the games you play, no matter the score, you're not gonna get me to say I'm not a Moor. No matter if he's killed a cop, shattered his jaw, you're not gonna get me to say I'm not a Moor. This is what it feels like. 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 People running up to me that I don't know. Are you a prince? They ask, tell them I'm from Morocco. Look me up and down with a smile, not a frown. Turn their brain to water, watch the lower self drown. Wanna touch my antennas and steal my energy. Eyes bulge, telling them I'm always King Edward V. When it comes to facts, with most they get beggarly. They ask Morocco where? The farthest northwesterly. With every question asked, I respond cleverly. All dependents won't explain expertly. Going in their wallets, pull out pictures with feathers, breaking down the ring, then the mason confesses. He's at 33 degrees, now the convo stretches like yoga into esoteric metaphysic lessons. When my people aren't like me, he impresses. When we take Moorish science to the highways and hedges, this is what it feels like. This is what it feels like. This is what it feels like. This is what it feels like.
They tried to get you to think again. That's the prophet. I'm upright, don't need a friend.
This is what it feels like. 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 People running up to me that I don't know. Are you a prince? They ask, tell them I'm from Morocco. Look me up and down with a smile, not a frown. Turn their brain to water, watch the lower self drown. Wanna touch my antennas and steal my energy. Eyes bulge, telling them I'm always King Edward V. When it comes to facts, with most they get beggarly. They ask Morocco where? The farthest northwesterly. With every question asked, I respond cleverly. All dependents won't explain expertly. Going in their wallets, pull out pictures with feathers, breaking down the ring, then the mason confesses. He's at 33 degrees, now the convo stretches like yoga into esoteric metaphysic lessons. When my people aren't like me, he impresses. When we take Moorish science to the highways and hedges, this is what it feels like. This is what it feels like. This is what it feels like. This is what it feels like.
They tried to get you to think again. That's the prophet. I'm upright, don't need a friend. And you can't stop this. I'ma write with my pen. Violate me and I'ma sentence again. Remain cautious, cause often it's in again. That's in the police out, just the silence men. When they bust through your door, you won't breathe again. Nationality will show you how to live again. It can change the predicament you're living in. You can heal the whole world without medicine. Only truth can make you a better man.
This is what it feels like. 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 People running up to me that I don't know. Are you a prince? They ask, tell them I'm from Morocco. Look me up and down with a smile, not a frown. Turn their brain to water, watch the lower self drown. Wanna touch my antennas and steal my energy. Eyes bulge, telling them I'm always King Edward V. When it comes to facts, with most they get beggarly. They ask Morocco where? The farthest northwesterly. With every question asked, I respond cleverly. All dependents won't explain expertly. Going in their wallets, pull out pictures with feathers, breaking down the ring, then the mason confesses. He's at 33 degrees, now the convo stretches like yoga into esoteric metaphysic lessons. When my people aren't like me, he impresses. When we take Moorish science to the highways and hedges, this is what it feels like. This is what it feels like. This is what it feels like. This is what it feels like.
They tried to get you to think again. That's the profit. I'm upright, don't need a friend. And you can't stop this. I'ma write with my pen. Violate me and I'ma sentence again. Remain cautious, cause often it's in again. That's in the police out, just the silence men. When they bust through your door, you won't breathe again. Nationality will show you how to live again. It can change the predicament you're living in. You can heal the whole world without medicine. Only truth can make you a better man. Why lie? Cause you got paid to murder men. Then you try to lock them up when they riot in. That's okay, cause for freedom I'm diving in. With no knowledge, you come back to die again. Resurrect me not, cause I'd rather be one with Allah.
This is what it feels like. This is what it feels like. This is what it feels like. This is what it feels like.
Oh yeah. Islam Moors. Welcome to all the newcomers. We're here. We're here. Q&A Wednesday. Honors to all the Moors worldwide who've been supporting the Love, Truth, Peace, Freedom, Justice tour, showing that they're for their profit, because he's the only, I only heard him talk about that. I hadn't heard about anybody else talk about. So, since we've been on the tour, everywhere that we left, when we left there, Moors were happy. And Charlie said, when the Moors are happy, he's happy. So all is well. Honors to all the Moors out there who've been supporting their prophet. Because, you know, we're foreign now. So now we don't have to hide now that we're doing this thing. Right? And you could go check the archives if you missed what's been going on. You know, but this is about Drew Ali. This is about Noble Drew Ali. That's what this is about. Right? Not some lecturer guy tour. The Prophet's principles going on tour. You already got the 5 principles in the last year tour. So you're late. The boat has left the dock again. So honest to all the Moors who are on the boat. And you already know what this is. And now we're just doing our rounds now. We're doing our rounds. Right. We're doing our rounds now. So don't forget, put your questions in all caps, but email gets priority. So don't get mad if, 2 hours is done and didn't get to you yet, and then you're mad and sorry. You're on your own. You're on your own with all that BS right there. So the tour continues. The 5 principles are making their next appearance June 22nd. So you could set up your whatever you got to set up. Because all of them so far have been crazy. Just go check. Right. If you said that you want unity, Moorish unity, all right, we'll see. We'll see who's unified when the tour gets where you're at and see what you're doing. What are you gonna be doing? Gonna be repping for the prophet, or are you gonna be, busy? You too busy? You too busy, huh? So next stop, Maryland. And don't forget the online connection is always open. You could always just send an email or push the button. when we have push button times. But today, Q&A Wednesday. Honors to all the Moors worldwide. Honors to the Prophet, Noble Drew Ali. Supreme honors to all the Moors that honor their Prophet, Noble Drew Ali. Honors to you. But if you weren't honoring the Prophet, maybe people wouldn't know anything about any Prophet, anything. If it wasn't for you Moors. You Moors who don't play hiding games. Don't fall for the hiding games. I'm sure you're tired sleeping. But oh yeah. You know, before we get to the questions, we just got to see what's going on. It's been a while. It's been a while. It's getting crazy. Right? This is how you know the fire's on. This is how you know that it's on. This is how you know. This is how you know. This is where it's at. Everybody else, they've been playing games forever. Right? We're still here. How much people fell off and all that stuff. Don't even know where people are right now. Can't even get them on phone or anything like that. And still not repping? Still playing games? This is the prophecy of Noble Drew Ali. If you're late. Since Noble Drew Ali's time, it was talked about that there's going to be Moors in this jurisdiction that everybody likes to talk about and say some separate thing. It's not part of North America and all this other BS. We're indigenous Moors here too. And we know the truth too. And we know everything that these people put in place to stop us from getting whatever it is that we're supposed to get that's deserved in any jurisdiction where there's Moors. Because somebody was talking about in the chat. So how do we, because it's crazy out here. Well, unless you're going to get, what's rent now in some spots? Honors to the Moors who beat the punch and became owners before the stuff really felt the shit or whatever. Right? And then honors to all the rest of the Moors who were holding it together. Just keep holding it together. You've been holding together for 10 years, right? So it ain't that bad. Thread never snapped yet. That was sword hanging over you. So you're all right. Don't worry. You're all right. Don't worry about the sword. Pay attention to other stuff. Out of sight, out of mind. Right? Your mind makes stuff happen. So let's focus. This is where it's at. Don't sleep. You've been sleeping. Ask all these Moors. Ask all these Moors out here. Right? Moors, if we pull them on here to tell their stories, you'll run from being a Moor. I want none of this. You'll run. You think there's supposed to be some cakewalk or something? You think you're supposed to say you're a Moor and then get everything you want? No, you don't. Because you got sold out. You got sold out by your own. And here you are, messed up, worse than everybody else who came after you over here. You've been here. They came after you. You're making no progress. Then everybody else making progress. And people who see the direction of where all the progressive people are going, I try to tell our people this is the way, and then they want to debate about, well, now we ain't going that way when the way they're going is off the cliff. So we're gonna let them go off the cliff, and then the people who stop say, well, Hold on a second. Why we gotta go off the cliff to get the liberation or whatever? And you're backing away slowly from the cliff and going in the other direction? The two of you people? That's who all this is for. The people who send their questions and stuff like that. Right? So again, don't get mad if we don't get to your question or anything like that. But this stuff is extensive sometimes, and you should have emailed your question. You wouldn't be having problems. So, what does it take for all Moorish Americans to unite and not be labeled under the moniker Moorish American Sovereign Citizen Movement instead of the Divine and National Movement? Moorish Americans been united since Noble Drew Ali. The Moorish American Sovereign Citizen, whatever, is a fraud. There's nothing called that. Some people made that up because they're trying to use people's incompetence against them. Just like they use people's incompetence against them and call people black and people go for it. All right. Same way they do, say, Moorish American Sovereign Citizen. As soon as they say that, and then people start thinking about that, those things are connected like that, they're going to use that same ignorance against them. So off the top, if we're a nation, we're united. We don't care about people who aren't doing what the nationals should be doing. The nationals are going to be doing what they're supposed to be doing. Everybody else who's playing games and not doing what the nationals are doing, obviously, they're not for unity. It's real easy. Everybody who calls themselves Grand Sheik should be going on tour, on the Love, Truth, Peace, Freedom, Justice tour, putting this word out, if they claim that that's what they are. Even if they've been doing it already, they should still be doing it. Not just sitting around playing, go on vice games, but then giving warrant of authorities. These people are who they say they're Grand Major Temple. They're the Moorish Americans, not us. The hardworking Moorish Americans, the sit on their ass Moorish Americans. Those are the ones who are the ones to follow. Use them as a reference point. No, they're not the ones. Because those are the same ones that's going to be going with this idea that there's more sovereign citizen, whatever, which lets you know that they're a sellout. Because automatically, whether they like somebody or not, they should be saying Moorish American Sovereign Citizen Movement is a fraud. They shouldn't be trying to push Moors under that. That lets you know these people are the same sellouts that were around Noble Drew Ali, because they're the ones that's claiming they have the authority right now. And Moors who we kick out of our temple because they were a fraud and they were selling packages and whatever like that, they're using them as their warrant of authority to say that they're now the original Moorish Science Temple of America for Canada or whatever. Which they are, because Canada is a corporation, and these people claiming Moorish Science Temple of America, Supreme Grand Body, and got titles or whatever, they're a corporation too. So they're a fraud. And this is about national. So we've been united. Anybody saying there isn't any unity, they're the problem. Anybody looking for unity, they're the problem. Anybody thinking, I wonder where the Moorish unity is, you're the problem. You're just talking for 10 minutes about going to different jurisdictions where there's Moors. And leaving there, and Moors are happy because they were with Moors. What do you mean there's no unity? There were Moors from go next door and call that Moor. There's Moors from all over uniting. And then some frauds over here are going to talk about they're the uniting Moorish Science Temple. No, they're not. Those people are just around themselves. How are they united if they're only around themselves? Just like these other Moors over here, they're going to talk about there's some superior authority of Moorish Science Temple or whatever like that. There's going to be a Morocco Flag Day, and then they're not going to tell other Moors in the world that there's a Morocco Flag Day. Come on, show up so we can show these people Moorish unity. Nah, they keep that to themselves. Them and their temple go there and get the acknowledgement, and then you're sitting on the outside like a jackass, can't even beat a ticket. These people selling you out to your face. So there is Moorish unity. I know Moors all over the world. I know there's Moorish unity. Nobody can't tell me anything. And Moorish American sovereign citizen movement, whatever, is a fraud. And anybody talking about that, anybody bringing that up and saying that's something, whether it's an identity or a cult or a organization or anybody using the words Moorish American or just Moorish only sovereign citizen movement, they're SPLC, they're a fraud. They're yellow journalism. And we've been saying this. This is not the first time this is being told. People, oh my gosh, wow, I never thought about it like that. The boat has left the dock. You're late. Where you been? How you falling for this BS? Sovereign citizen. What the hell is that? How you falling for that? Obviously because you don't study. Or you've been learning from some fuckboys that claim to be leaders or whatever like that. When these people are just energy vampires sucking you, and they're sucking your finance because you're buying $80 water from these people. You know what's water you can get for 80 notes? You just go to the store over there. What the hell are you talking about? You go to the spring over there and get water for free. Bring your bottle and all that. Just put it under the thing. Fresh water. You're going to buy $80 water from these people? The hell out of here. Is it possible for individuals to put their differences aside to come together for the purposes that Noble Drew Ali outlined? That goes back again to the first question. We're already united. There ain't no differences. If there's differences, they're the problem. Because I know this Moor called me from wherever. They want to do a lecture out here because we want Moorish unity. There's Moors here, but we don't. So we want to do something. All right, let's do something. Go there, Moors coming together. Moors pass around the paper, writing names down and all that. So it seems like the differences are put aside if these Moors who don't know each other from anywhere could come together, put their names down on a paper because they want to do some unity for the Moorish nation because they're Moors in their jurisdiction, where there isn't anything called Moorish Science Temple, Moorish anything. Ain't nothing there. Just these Moors there. Shouldn't something be there? Didn't Drew Ali said he have a charter to give to everybody in every state and all that stuff? Well, how come the states don't have charters for Moorish Science Temple? Why is there no Moorish Science Temple there? There's Moors there, obviously. You go to North Carolina, and there's Moors. We go to Colorado, there's Moors. We go to Colorado, there's Moors. That Moors are just walking, and a Moor is running up to them. Hey, I'm a Moor. Hey, my brother's a Moor. Just because they see a fez? Sounds like coming together to me. Same way Noble Drew Ali said. Okay. So yeah, It's very possible for individuals to put aside their differences and come together for the purposes that Noble Drew Ali ordained. It's absolutely possible. And I only know it's possible because I've lived it. I'm talking from experience that it's possible. There's Moors who, when they were just coming out of Negro, black, colored, right? And I was already in this 5 years or whatever like that. You could ask Moors. Right? People used to get cussed out crazy. Because a lot of that was built up frustration. Because not being able to accept the fact that our people they're done for. And the only way that anything's going to be going down if it's people that's on my mindset. It's the only way. And I don't think that I'm unfair in my mindset. I think I'm quite fair in my mindset because that's universal law, universal principles. And we can do all this research and we could find out about Noble Drew Ali by ourselves. Not because some temple did something or whatever like that, some supreme grand sheik did something like that, put you on game. They still ain't put you on game. You've been studying 5 years. Those stuff there that are differences, that's the sellout. That's not differences. Now you're looking at the truth and then you're looking at the lies and then, well, hey, I wonder why the lies and the truth don't just get along. Why is there differences? What are you talking about? The differences that you see when you sit back and you say, oh, the Moors, it seems like the Moors don't have it together. All right. So as soon as you go there, then that means there's a separate thing. No. Remember, this is about unity, which we already have. Everybody's going to agree Noble Drew Ali is a prophet, right? That's unity. Everybody's going to agree 5 principles. No questions. No, well, which one should go? What order is it? And none of that. Like, remember talking about what Noble Drew Ali outlined and all that stuff and set aside the differences and all that stuff as if the stuff isn't already happening. You're late. You're late. Super late. But better late than never. So stop worrying about what the differences of the Moors or whatever like that. This is about frequency, energy talks. Anybody who I know that's really on this information or whatever like that, they can't say that Taj Tariq Bey didn't hit them when they first heard him. No one. Everybody say, yeah. Anybody who's on the path right now, that they look back and then you see way down there, that you came from way down there, is going to be that master teacher that, yep, they heard it and it touched them. Just being on the path. Next question is, how will we obtain love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice in this lifetime and for the offspring in the future? When you talk about the principles, remember, Noble Drew Ali said those are supposed to be practiced. Practiced. It's supposed to be practiced. That's how you pass it on, because the offspring, they're looking at your ass. Let's see if he's really a Moor. Let's see what he's gonna pull. Right? They're gonna check you just to see. You better be on point. Because by practicing it, it's only gonna get better. Because you can't do love, truth, peace, freedom, justice wrong. Yeah, we talk about practice. Practice. We really have to tell you that this is about going through it. And then once you go through it, whoever it is, whether it's offspring, whether it's adults, whatever, they're going to see you going through it. And they're either going to be inspired to, or not. And if they're not, and if not, then hey, that's fine. Everybody has their path. Don't worry about them. You don't worry about them. Right? You don't worry about them. You just keep living by the principles. You can't go wrong if you just do that. If you just do that, nothing else, you can't go wrong. What should be the very next thing to do after proclaiming our nationality? Once you proclaim your nationality, now it's time to be what you know. And you're only going to be what you know. You're not going to be what you don't know. That's how you get yourself in trouble. After you proclaim to yourself who you are, and whatever ritual it is that you do, whatever it is that you do, now it's to the best of your ability being what you proclaimed. And then and that's determined on you and what you want to do with what you have now. Because you just proclaimed that you got it. So, now get busy. Well, what's busy? Again, being what you know. You can't be until you know. Because by the time you get to proclaim your nationality, you already would have probably had to do at least a 3-year study, real study. Some more will say 5. Tell me, why am I giving people leeway and all that stuff? Some more will say 5 years. Before you even proclaim, you should have studied for 5 years. Like a real study. Have the books around you and all that. How the Moors already know how it went. Getting stabbed by book corners when you sleep and all types of madness. Just because of studying. Right? So if you're asking the question about proclaim your nationality, meaning that it's time for you to get out of the Negro, black, colored, whatever you thought you were, and then you studied and now you're proclaiming who you are, Brother Bay, Sister L, the pattern that we came up in studying is you would have studied for about 3 to 5 years before you start proclaiming that you're something. Right? Right? So once you get to that point, just letting you know, you should have already been studying 3 to 5 years. So if you're sitting here and you're listening to this and you were thinking, yeah, I'm going to proclaim my nationality, and you've been studying for 6 months, 1 year, 2 years, 2 3/4, don't you better slow down. You better slow down. You're not ready yet. What do you mean I'm not ready yet? All right. You're gonna be right back here. Grand Sheik, I should have listened to what you were saying. Now what am I gonna do? I can't go get the strap or whatever. I can't go tell you pick a whip. Right? So, you deal with it. Told you so. Don't get mad. Just now you know for next time how real it is. Right? Some people have to fall on their face to learn. Some people have to get knocked the fuck out by Debo to learn. That's just how it goes. I say, be the one to learn. Prevention is better than cure. Right? Even though we have the cure sitting there, be preventative. You'll save yourself. You'll save yourself some headache. Right? Don't be talking about you're a Moor going out there talking crazy to highwaymen or whatever like that. Those people murder people. They don't fuck around. You think you're gonna go talk some constitution on some mercenary? They ain't got no delegation of authority and all that stuff. These people are criminals. Don't get carried away thinking that they're playing. They don't play around. We see Moors disappear from them people. It's real. Like, it's real. People say that they were Moors hard. And then next time you see them, they're NOI or something. Like, what happened to you? 555 Moors. What happened to you? Should Moors at least go to a MSTA to proclaim their nationality and get the nationality card that issues from there? Once that Moorish Science Temple of America is by the principles and honoring Noble Drew Ali and all that stuff, yeah, why not? It's your temple. They're playing some games or whatever like that. Don't be going and joining up with them. You better hunt around a little bit first. If you go to a Moorish Science Temple of America and you open the doors and Noble Drew Ali, and they got the hymns going on and all that stuff, just close the doors back and go wherever you're going, because they're not them. Now remember, the Moorish Science Temple of America is yours. That's your temple. People took it and did BS for 100 years. And then you're being woke up to the fact that you have this thing. And it's actually yours. And you're trying to go for it, and it's not there. It means somebody played you. So don't get mad, because you still have the literature. So go study his literature and at least give yourself the opportunity to learn what Noble Drew Ali brought. Because at this point, freedom of information and all that stuff, they can't claim you can't get his literature. It's easily accessible to get his literature. So if you're in a situation where you saw and you went to the temple and all that stuff and you thought it was BS and there's no way that's what it's supposed to be, and you're still trying to find, in the meantime, go check Noble Drew Ali's literature and go read all of that. Go read all of that. And then as you read all that, you're going to change your energy. And then your energy is going to lead you to the people that you're seeking out. Right? I wasn't even, hammer that truth in. Let me just check this chat quick fast. Islam to all the Moors. Honors to you, all the chat Moors. Oh yeah, and again, for the people in the chat, if you're late, put your questions in all caps, because I don't want you complaining that I didn't answer your question. The reason why it didn't get answered, because it wasn't in all caps. So if it's not in all caps, it will not be considered if you have a question. So make sure it's in all caps. Will you attend the Moorish Nationality and Claim Conference held by Abdullah Talib Mozi Bey and brother Shem Malachi Bey? No, I will not, because my Grand Sheikh is Grand Sheikh Nature El Bey, and he's not going. So if he's not repping it, and he's more Avengers, then I have no need to be involved in that. And there's ain't no issue. Make sure you go get the Moors and Masonry's book and all that stuff. But nah, I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. We're not gonna go too far into that, because it's just weird. Oh yeah, and Brother Setenra too. If Brother Setenra was there, I don't know if he went or not. I haven't talked to him, but if he was there, maybe I might consider whatever. But nah, it probably wouldn't happen. And that's just because people involved, Yeah, it's just weird. Yeah, it's awkward. It's an awkward relationship. It's an awkward relationship. Because pop-up people bother me. Like I don't like pop-up people. Right? Like I don't like pop-up people. Pop-up teachers, like I don't rep them. As soon as they pop up, I figure they have some type of agenda. Because remember, I'm 08. Right? That's when me and a few other Moors were born into Moorish knowledge. 08 is when it happened. So if I'm going from then to now and never seen these people, looking at you funny. And then on top of that, you're with certain people, but certain people, I never seen them with you ever. Yeah, you're a pop-up. I'm looking at you funny. So certain people are around, I look at them funny, so I can't do it. I can't do it. No, that's what I said. It's me personally. I have people that I rep for. So I rep for Grand Sheik Nature LB. I rep for him. Right? Like he's been constant support of what works that we're doing out here. Constant. Right? Like I don't have conversations like that with Abdullah. If I want to Skype or something, or if I want to get some books or something like that, I'll call him. But there's no relationship like that. Right? He's the master teacher in etymology and Moors and Masonry and law and all that stuff. He's all that. I'm taking away any works. I'm saying certain people that master teachers are around, I look at funny. So I'm not going to look at the master teacher funny because they're around funny people. I'm looking at the funny people and wondering why these funny people are around. Because master teacher already put in their work. I don't got nothing to say to them. They do whatever they want. Hang out who you want to hang out with. That's their business, not mine. But I'm looking at these people funny that are using the master teachers to be around to get some credibility and whatever else they're trying to get. Right? No, nobody knows about the relationships. I'm telling you because you asked the question, and I don't have nothing to hide like that. Like I'm not, right? I'm not saying I don't mess with Abdullah or nothing like that. He's a dirty Moor or nothing like that. I didn't say nothing like that. Like I said, that's master teacher. They're not the one that's in question. Right? Like, for example, somebody say, oh, well, I saw a seer on somebody's platform and he said white people are black people or something like that. Like, that's master teacher. He could say what the hell he wants. Like, what are you talking about? What are you questioning? Are you questioning master teachers? What are you questioning about? You questioning something? The hell out of here. Questioning for no reason. Stop it. Tell me 500 people said he robbed them of 80 grand or something like that. Then we could say, okay, there's something we got to check out here. He said, black, you're mad. He's flipping over on the other side or whatever. Like, come on. That's master teacher. You don't care what he does. That's more Avengers. They say they can't do something. Where were you when they were doing whatever they were doing? Where are you at? Probably being dumb nigger somewhere. Bet you. So you don't worry about them. What they're doing. Yeah, they question master teacher, but they're not questioning NOI. They're not questioning Garveyites. They're not questioning Rastas. They're not questioning. You always want to question Moors. I want to question Moors. Playing games with Moors. It's okay. With all the different Moors claiming they are the way to go and that they have the answers, what temple is real or closest to real MSTA of today that is credible? What temple is the real or closest to real MSTA of today that is credible and recognized by this said government? Firstly, all the Moors are recognized by this said government. They know everything about the Moorish history. Don't think they don't know about the Moorish history. And if we bring it down to MSTA, these people have FBI papers and all that stuff on MSTA. So they know exactly what this is about. They have the literature and all that stuff. They know what Noble Drew Ali was about. Right? Now, when you're talking about real MSTAs, You're talking about the works. You're talking about the works. If they're real, you would know of their works. Going back again to the pop-up people. All of a sudden, people claiming to be Moorish Science Temple of America popping up, claiming that they're the authority. But when you check 5 years ago, they were dumb nigger. How did the real MST? They just came yesterday. Right, so the recognized by this said government is the Moors, not some modern European U.S. or Canada or something like that. That's not the this said government. That ain't them. The this said government is your government. You have your own constitution, Moorish Americans, and it's divine. Islam for those questions. Honors to all the Moors that send their questions, because we already know everybody always has them. That's just what it is. Multiple people always have the same question. That was one of the crazy ones on Blog Talk early. When you have questions and they start answering your questions before you ask them and stuff like that, you start realizing that this is a frequency. This is a wave that you have to catch. Once you catch the wave, then you're good to go. That's where it comes into staying disciplined to what it is that was presented by Noble Drew Ali. Matter of fact. Honors to the Prophet Noble Drew Ali. Supreme honors to Noble Drew Ali. So Drew Ali right? Now listen, this is Noble Drew Ali. By order of Prophet Noble Drew Ali, has said the following thing during this our very first convention. Prophet Noble Drew Ali said that the Moorish Science Temple of America was organized to play a useful and defining part in the advancement of the sacred obligation of American citizenship. As the Moorish Divine National Movement was founded for the uniting of the Asiatic states of North America on May 1st, 1916, as this will have been our very first convention and most interesting one ever held in this city. It was featured by delegates from 15 states, from local branch temples and subordinate temples, which have been established for the uplifting of fallen humanity. Remember, this is to all the governors, the grand sheiks, and head officials of temples. This said government is U.S. corpse. You're tripping. You're tripping. No way is U.S. Corps and Canada this said government if Noble Drew Ali's talking like that? And how incompetent of you to not realize that the whole time he's talking about you. You're sitting here looking at some modern Europeans, some colonists, and the colonists are going to teach you government. And again, going back to Brother Abdullah, go get that Moors and Masonry. They know the whole game. And they're wanting you to see this as everything except your Moorish, everything it is that you claim you're supposed to have. So honors to Noble Drew Ali. Honors to him. Because he definitely brought something for everybody. No one could say they didn't get something for them. No one. As soon as they start going there, like they're gonna try. Islam GS, what are the proper procedures and protections for a Temple Moor to execute when filing their official proclamation of nationality with the county clerk office within their domicile via affidavit? Yeah, county clerk's office will know. You just go up there if they have one, and it's like that. Yeah, you just go up there. Yeah, you need to make a filing. And they'll tell you, make sure you're in habit and all that stuff, and they'll tell you everything you need to know. It ain't some, you gotta tiptoe in there, look around, make sure. There's nothing like that. People file stuff all the time. Ain't no big deal. No big deal. Right. And then other Moors who don't have a county, they would have got their paperwork, witness, sealed, and then they would have sent it to whoever's making the claim that they're the government. Them getting put on notice, and not just them, putting their name to it as well, since they're claiming official capacities. And you put them on notice by sending them a copy of your proclamation paperwork. And then like Moors who have been doing this for years, you make a copy, put the original in the safe, and you have your copy on you if anybody needs to see this or whatever. Because remember, you're out here dealing with criminals or whatever. And then people who are on a different or on a more advanced level, they would have a nationality card, and then they would be exercising with that. They don't need any papers because they know they're being what they know. So it's all different ways for different mindsets to get the same thing done. Right. So when we came in 2008, it was go to the county. Because all the counties were open. There was no stoppage of going counties. Counties weren't shutting down. None of that. Counties were there. We're talking main jurisdictions. and then maybe 2013-14, there were less counties accepting it because they realized that, you know, one, it was showing the power of that position, the county, over the city, because you know, you're not filing with the city, but that's where you domicile, you know, the city of whatever, but your paperwork is filed outside of that jurisdiction, which means that you're outside that jurisdiction, which means they don't have jurisdiction because county precedes was before. But that was a level that once there's a county, yeah, you could still do that today. You know, the issue with a lot of Moors is that the county, you know, relative to whatever city they're in, is way over there. You're going all the way there to file some papers, but just put it in the mail, put these people on notice, sending it registered. And it's the same papers that you had, the same papers that you have sealed that you're going to go file at the county, just making copies. Would you realize the difference? One, it's them doing it. One, it's you doing it. And from what I understand, the you doing it just feels better. The you doing it feels better. Because it becomes like a rites of passage. You know, just like at what was it at the? Yeah, it was. Brother Yusuf was talking about it. Brother Yusuf at, excuse me, Brother Yusuf at Phoenix was talking about opening the fez box and putting the fez on and all that. Right, same thing. All these things are like rites of passages, things that I don't know if, you know, the Moors pre us, you know, Moors who are, you know, on this level, were doing that. That was a ritual. Like, I don't know, they could have been, you know what I mean? It could be something that's been going on for centuries. Like if we talk to Moors going back or whatever like that, find out that every Moor had that same thing when they put it on for the first time. You know, that's not folklore or something like that anymore. That's a real, but it has to be experienced for you to really know. You know? And then the Moors who, you know, for example, would send the paperwork via mail and not get the county experience, and then they don't get to have a certain experience, which shouldn't, you know, take away from where they're at or where you are. But it's just different ways of letting the fraud know that, you know, you're getting out of those dead statuses. You know, and because you want to get out of those dead statuses, once you agree to get out those dead statuses, you know, then that's the freedom. Now people always talk about your freedom and they're marching up and down or whatever. No, the freedom is when you get rid of the dead status. You start being yourself. You start being who your ancestors were. Yeah, there's another Yusuf. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know Tennessee. We might have Chicago. Pulling some strings, see what's going on. We might have Chicago. Let's stay posted. I'm surprised the government even allows you to spew this Moorish fraud. Yes, I'm surprised too. But since they're not saying anything, that should let you know something about the government. Everybody knows who the Moors are. There ain't no secret. So there's the dumbasses who want to play games. No secret. Everybody knows. The only people who don't know are the retards that want to play Negro black colored games. Right? And I'm sure the 400K from the other night, Negro black NOI whoever's, them. The Negro black pretending like they don't know what Moors are talking about. How much times they're going to ask you, what do you mean by nationality? How many times? How many times? How many more times? They're going to get... Could you give us your definition of nationality so we know what you mean? Because we're trying to figure out, what you mean so we can answer your question of our nationality. Stop the dumb stuff. You're not asking no Asian to what do they mean by nationality if you ask them theirs. We're playing dumb. Don't let them play dumb anymore. Right? You don't let them play dumb anymore. You. Right. Oh. Islam GS, what is the reason why NOI doesn't teach about nationality? The reason why NOI doesn't teach about nationality is because if they teach about nationality, then that means the Moors have to be present. Because the Moors were the ones teaching about nationality before these people called the Nation of Islam. And then also, remember, they have extensive FBI papers as well that you can go do your research in their papers and see all the redacted stuff that they said, they're just not bringing that stuff up. They want to be the man. Right? 1930 is when they popped off. 1930 is their origin. Pre-1930, it was Moorish, everything. Moorish, everything. That's how it was. 1930, you have all the Negro, black, whatever going on right up until now. Still going. Wrong and strong. And then lying and telling people that they're a nation. If they're a nation, why don't you just be the Moorish nation? If they're a nation. Like, why do they have to be the Nation of Islam? Why not just be the Moorish nation? Because Moors are Islamic, right? Aren't Moors Islamic? All right, so then why not just be the Moorish nation? What? You gotta make up some other stuff. No, because again, that's why they're not gonna teach about nationality, so they can make up some other stuff. It's real easy for them to avoid Noble Drew Ali. Yeah, how are they a nation and they don't know about nationality? It doesn't even work. It doesn't even work. But then if you go ask them that same question, that's what they're gonna talk about. Oh yeah, we do, but we do talk about nationality. We talk about the black nation, and they start talking all their BS. As soon as they go into the fictions, know that they're that's high treason. Because Drew Ali is the prophet. That's the sultan, and he told these people. That's the emperor. And he told them. And they play games like they didn't hear. They didn't hear games. Is there any evidence that the NOI has worked for the same people they say are oppressing our people? Once again, once you hit those FBI papers, you have more than enough evidence. And we're talking about high level. I think all these people were leaving. Your own son leaving your stuff. Right? Your own. Don't want to be Moors. Want to be Negro black colored. Loving Negro black colored. That's oppressor language. Calling people black and all that. That's oppressor language. So if they're saying the same thing that the oppressors say, just like we said with the Moorish sovereign citizen, as soon as you hear people talk like that, know that they're SPLC, whether they sent them or not, they're SPLC. Same thing with the people who talk about they're black and all that stuff, and Indians. If they're black and Indians, then that means the cowboys are their master. We're not talking about some Asiatic cowboys either. We're talking about some modern Europeans. Yeah. And then when you go check their IRS papers, and you go check their all this other stuff with them registering schools and whatever like that, you'll see how, just go check all the stuff, and I bet you're not going to see no all rights reserved on any of that stuff, which lets you know they willingly put in those contracts to go get funds from IRS for prison reform and all this, when they just got how much ever billion from Gaddafi. Why just use that? Why you need colonist funds for? What do you need that for if you're getting millions from Gaddafi? Why you dip in twice? And then doing their BS, doing their corporate BS. Probably IRS hounding down on them for the fraud that they're running, and then they run the Gaddafi. And then they're still around and he's dead. And you're sitting around talking about the oppression of our people. You know exactly what they're doing. You know exactly what they're doing. You got some more questions, so just check in the chat. Said, "What? Get the rope. Get the rope." NOI is a hot button topic for the Moors. And when I start talking Moors were killing them NOI that night. Nah, they make money by having a NOI whatever in the jail for people in there who are interested in NOI. They can, like what El Haj did, what they showed in the movie and all that. And GS, what is the role of the Muftis? Moorish Unified Front Toward Islam. Moorish Unified Front Toward Islam. Moorish Unified Front Toward Peace. So the Moorish Unified Front would be AKA what military, navy, army, guerrilla warfare, all that. That's the equivalent. That's what it should look like. If stuff was running good, it would be looking like that. So the living representations that there's images for you to see would be Fruits of Islam and UNIA African Legion. That you can go check them out. Pictures will come up now. And then you already know that they banned fezzes for the FOI. There's even the close one with Farrakhan repping. There's even one with him. A few of them come up good. And so when he was FOI, that was the after the fez, they cut down to that in size, and then ultimately just banned it altogether, right? And then had the peak on it, right? Like these ones in the back, the fez with the peak. Joints, and these are the early ones. And again, do just a little Google search. That's one I was originally looking for. Right. Are you telling me that when you learned that you were a Moor, there was nothing in you that was like, wow, I don't have to do this anymore or that anymore? In the beginning, yeah. But that probably lasted maybe like 4 months or something like that. That wasn't no ongoing thing that I'm thinking that, oh, because I'm a Moor, Colin is just going to bend over backwards and give me everything that's owed to me. That ain't happening. These people murder fish and all that. You know, I'm not expecting nothing from them people. I know that this is divine and national. So since it's divine, that's going to be my focus. If I'm looking at the Truman Show going on, I ain't concerned with Truman Show. If I already know that that's cardboard sky, what am I concerned about cardboard sky for? If I know better. Keep in mind with Truman Show, everybody who, when the camera wasn't on Truman, everybody else, they're doing whatever it is that they do. They're only they're only interested when it's starting to make Truman look like a dumbass. Other than that, they're watching Truman be a dumbass. Right? So yeah, definitely. I was like, yeah, we don't gotta work anymore. We got this. We're the Moors. The Empress won back 68,000 acres. Like, we got this. Please. How much traders are in this to make sure you don't make it? Right. Because once you get to the place of realizing that man is mind and you could have anything that you want on this earth plane if you really put your mind to it. People's problem is that they want to put their mind to BS that has nothing to do with their evolution as a sentient being. You want to be dealing with everything else that has absolutely nothing to do with their elevation. This is where it goes into things why people might take shrooms or smoke weed or drink beer or whatever. Because they're tapping into something to get them out of this reality, which really isn't the reality, because the reality really is within. Because, a house built with hands, ain't no God up in there. God built the house. So we have a lot of blockages, mad blockages, generational blockages that we need to get the hell unblocked. And that starts with self. And until you do it with self, ain't nothing else happening around you. That's why nothing's happening around you. Because you're not working on self. Working on self is key to the other liberation. We want stuff backwards. We want to be liberated, and then our self is all messed up. Having fixed self, but you want everything. It doesn't work like that. Doesn't work like that. What if you didn't know better? Wouldn't you just have to adjust to the fact that it's a cardboard sky? No, because even Truman found out, which is the whole point. It's not the fact that it's a cardboard sky, it's the fact that Truman found out. And what did he do when he found out? Went back to playing around with cardboard skies and all that? No. Right? You gotta let it go. Let me bring out the freaking Barry on you people. Bring out the Peebo. Bring out the Peebo on you, yeah. Yeah, the only way we're behind. So you gotta rush right now. Like the tsunami's coming. You're talking about look for stuff. Oh yeah, I gotta find the tsunami's coming. Yeah, but we gotta. Don't. Right. It's not our fault. We're 100 years behind. You know what I mean? There's dumbasses before us who sold out. But you know what I mean? That's what are we gonna do? You know what I'm saying? You woke up and everybody thinks it's the sky and all that stuff when everything's a simulation and only you know. The problem is pre-you. So all you could do is deal with it because you're not going to solve this problem. Stuff been going on for 100 years. You just been here, what, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60? 60? That's it? Whose constitution do Moors follow? Moors follow the Moors constitution, which is ours. Our own constitution is what we should follow, because that's our constitution. So whether that be zodiac constitution, whether that be divine constitution and bylaws, those are your constitutions. Those are yours. Who was the last person to receive a charter after the prophet passed? I'm not sure who was the first to receive a charter, because after the prophet passed, whatever charters were out there they were either been on the Givenzell side, the Kirkman Bay side, the Mealy Eel side, or they would have went with Fard. When you're talking about the charter, So like NOI, for example, right now could be existing because of a Moorish Science Temple of America charter from Detroit. That's just something in the vault that ain't nobody concerned about that or whatever. But if they were a Moorish Science Temple of America before a Temple of Islam, then because either everybody was under Noble Drew Ali's charter, where everybody's on the steps for the convention and all that stuff. Either everybody was under that, and there was no charters given out yet. But we know that states had temples and subordinate temples, and all of them would have charters. So if all those ones have charters, and then Noble Drew Ali died, I have no idea who got a charter after Noble Drew Ali died. But I know that there were charters out there already. And there were definitely charters out there already. So it would have been either Givensell and them giving out charters. It would be either Kirkman Bay and them giving out charters. It would either be Emilia and them giving out charters, or Nation of Islam, Temple of Islam, giving out charters. That's how charters would be out there between now and 1929 when Noble Drew Ali transitioned. Obviously, they didn't do shit because places don't even have temples right now. Which also lets you know how much of a fraud these people are, that they even have the power to give other people charters and didn't. Right. Why is Dr. G pushing confusion all week on her platform, then have Taj come on there Friday? From talking with other Moors, just about how crazy it is, it's only for the popularity thing. It's only for the clout. Just like we say, anybody else on there other than more Avengers, that stuff's not getting no play. Nobody paying attention to that. So like the main thing is like with the Indian pushing and trying to push the Indian thing on the master teacher and all that. We said for years, one thing about the master teacher, he always said don't follow him. So if he says don't follow him, then what do I care what he's doing on Dr. G or whatever? I don't follow him. And that's Pastor G, by the way. You don't do that doctor stuff over here playing like she does surgeries or something. It's surgery, nothing. I'm just pastor lady. Is Dr. G participating in putting our people back into slavery? Directly. because they're gonna tell you about rare birds and all that stuff getting coronated, and they have the Masonic badges which prove that they're the authority of something. How some Masonic badges prove they're the authority of something? Shouldn't they have some indigenous badges or something like that, or some Moorish badges or something? Why they got Masonic stuff? And then how you falling for this BS is what's crazy. How you falling for going back into slavery? Drawley told you you're not Negro black colored, and then you're going over there playing Cherokee games. Oh, you're Cherokee because Noble Drawley was Cherokee, so we're in harmony with what Noble Drawley's doing. No, you're not. You're some traitors and some sellouts. And Pastor G is directly participating in putting our people back into slavery. Is she has them thinking that they're Moors and now they're gonna go join some Cherokee Nation BS. You just denationalized yourself again. And who knows if you're gonna be able to come back next time. Because many people only get one crack at this. After if they fail, they're done for. They usually fall off and they're done for. Go back to that state where the prophet found you. Don't do BS with this. It's gonna tear you up. Think it's a joke. It's not a joke. It will tear you up if you mess around with it. What is the main focus of the Moorish divine movement, and are Moors active in that area? The focus of the Moorish divine movement is for uplifting of fallen humanity, for getting the people to start studying again and reading, to get the people to have self-discipline and be self-aware. Right? There's many focal points because there's a lot of work that needed to be done. Right? In every area, there's active Moors. And being able to get called to go to places and lecture is because of the activity of the Moors in this area. It's the activity of them. There's Moors in this area. They're Moors. They look like Moors. People know that they're Moors. People go to them, talk to them, build with them. You know what I mean? Whether it's on their job, whether it's they're contracting for somebody, whatever. You know. A Moor came to the temple the other day. Stopped in. Man, yeah, man, I've been studying this for years. I forgot to tell this board too. Where's the thing? One of the Moors got a shout out. Right? When Moor comes in and like, yeah, man, I've been studying, and I mean, Moor been put me on to what this is. Moor put you on. He's in the temple? Yeah, it's in the temple, man. The Moor. The Moor. Who you talking about? Rock Al. Like, Rock Al. Like, see? That's what it's about. Right? That's that thing. That's that focus. Tell somebody who doesn't know. Uplift fallen humanity. Like, that's the activity. The activity is not go to court and all that. That's not the activity. Drive without a license. That's not the activity. You've been doing that since high school. You've been taking the car and all that stuff without no, stop it. Know how to put it in neutral so it doesn't make sounds going down the hill and all that stuff. Stop the dumb stuff. You know, you got caught every time. But you didn't have the thing, and you didn't get in any accidents and all that stuff. Everything was safe when you got back. Even gas was right back to where it was and everything. Right? Ben did that. That's not the activity. The activity is in your life. Like, how is this translating in your life? Is the activity. Not you beat some ticket or you. That's not. Those are minuscule. You know, when this changes your life, you'll realize what the focus needed to be. You know, and that it wasn't. Right? Which is why you wasn't getting the stuff that you know, because you lacked focus. You know, and then Juali came, told you, gave you chapters on holy breath and all that, so you can get your stuff together. It's because everything is part of it. You know, there's no main focus. Everything's the main focus. You know. You know, the movement is alive and well. I've been to places where there's Moors, and you know, is it possible to ask Taj to address the whole situation in his involvement in it? You never heard him you never heard him cuss them out to their face? You missed it? Cuss them out to their face. Of course he's addressed it. He's always addressed it. People are always looking for other BS though, not focused. Again, going back to the focus thing. People don't want to focus. They want to be all over the place, into this and that, and into this and that, and this and that, and this and that, instead of just stay focused. I mean, I know the little I know the pamphlets are little. I know the pamphlets are little. Let's see if he addresses something.
Unity is important, but the unity with quality is important. Unity itself is not unlike a soda or juice with a corner left in it. Yes, you can taste the flavor, but it's almost moot if it's mostly empty, which means the sincerity of the quality of the unity is important.
Right? So the sincerity and quality of the unity, right? So let me see. Unity Phoenix, right? The Unity Phoenix, for example, right? Not me, but a more took the floor to sacrifice for another Moor to have the bed. Right? That's the sincerity in the unity. That level of unity is what you're looking at, is what should be the example, the standard of unity, that, yeah, this individual is going to go that far for me, is how you know. That's how you got to look at it when you talk about unity with Moors. Is that Moor going to lay down for you? Because of principle? Then it's probably somebody you should unify with. Once that unity is sincere, you're good to go.
Received, let me take down everything that's running as far as banners. So you can see the whole thing. Any of you, those of you who either were at the event had this past weekend or saw on Facebook Live the reading of the Galactic Confederation. There is going to be an event coming up, 3-day event.
You tell me he was happy to say Confederation right there? You think he didn't know what she was trying to do? Trying to pull him in into justifying her BS with him there? Yeah. And then you say, well, could you ask him to address something? He's addressing them to their face. Just go back and watch the stuff with him on there. And you see it every Friday. They get at least, out of the 2 hours, 3 hours, whatever time it is, they get a good 30 minutes of getting cussed out to their face, if you know what you're listening for.
Saturday, May 11th through Monday, May 13th, that the Empress has called for, calling all sovereign clan mothers on planet Gaia. Her Majesty requests your presence at the Matriarch Sovereign. I know it says Indian, y'all, but y'all gotta look up what Indian means. Received. Let me take down the.
You gotta go look up what Indian means. We gotta look up what Indian means.
She says Cherokee equals kindergarten. Oh, no.
It's funny.
Mercy.
I think I've sense of humor.
It's us. All of it is us. It's us. That's the problem. I was thinking, but we
don't understand political.
We need to go into a whole different thing with that.
Now,
and that's what got us all at odds with each other.
Of course it. Now, but remember, that's part of the schism.
Absolutely.
This is why I tell people to look up Calhoun and the Bureau of Indian Affairs, because they created a foreign jurisdiction for people to participate. Doesn't mean that you're not indigenous. The Indians is the indigenous people. That's a classification, not the identity. And forever we've been a distinction. This is why I never promote it. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? Because people don't understand the.
She says Cherokee equals kindergarten. Oh, no. Mercy.
It's funny.
Mercy.
I think I have a sense of humor.
Does Taj know that Dr. G is pushing content in direct conflict with what he is pushing? Don't you see him sitting right there laughing in their face? You don't hear him laughing in their face? What are you missing? He's not going to come and tell them to their face they're wrong. Why would he do that for? He'll make you make a fool out of yourself. Because he already told you don't follow him. So what does it matter whether what is he? Does he know that there's conflict in the what? Didn't he say don't follow him? Did Taj say don't follow him? Yes or no? I'll put that question out there for all the Moors who watch Taj. And then every platform he goes on, they're gonna go on there to see him rip them to shreds on their own platform. Well, ask these Moors. Right. She's a fraud using the master teacher. And you know, Dingbat was in her ear. Just put the flyer up when Taj is on there, so it'll make people think he's gonna be there and all this BS. People are a fraud, yo. Get with the real. Get with the real. There's a lot of games being played. That's all. It's a lot of games being played. But it is what it is. It is what it is. Then why is the master teacher allowing himself to be used? You should probably go ask the master teacher that. You should probably ask next time they're live, go in the chat. Now you're putting all caps in here. Just keep asking that question in all caps all night until they answer you. And see what happens. I bet you they kick you off. I bet you get kicked off. And she's not even going to tell that you got kicked off. You're just going to get kicked off. Right? Stop being naive. Taj said don't follow him. Did Taj say don't follow him? Yes or no? Did Taj Tariq Bey, who everybody knows, did he tell these people to follow him? Yes or no? Put that question out there for people who want to know why Taj isn't saying anything. How come he's going on her platform and she's causing confusion and he's not saying anything? No. Right? So forget the Taj, whatever. Get that out of your head. Ask yourself, why is this pastor lady causing confusion? That's what you should be asking yourself. Don't be asking about no Taj. Why is the pastor playing Indian games now when she knows we're Moors? That should be what you're asking. That should be what you want to know. You want to know why Taj is on her platform. What does it matter? You got the knowledge that he dropped, right? Did you get the knowledge that he dropped? Did he lie? Did he tell you something wrong? So don't get caught up because of emotional attachments to people. Let go of the emotional attachments and focus on the fact. The fact of the matter is that we're not Indians. He said we're not Indians. So why is she doing some Indian thing with him there if it's not to cause confusion? And then if it's to cause confusion, if she's doing all this to cause confusion, then what does that tell you? Do you need more to be told to you? Well, Taj is up there. Oh boy, here we go. So many people need to get off his dick and go study. Just get off his dick just for 6 months and just go study. Because I know you haven't had a Taj detox in a while. Of following people. It's not about following. Especially when they say, don't follow me. Peace and love to all the Moors worldwide. Don't forget, khalifamedia.com, rvbaypublications.com. Get your knowledge game up. Honors to all the Moors. Peace and love to all the Moors. We might be looking at the wrong thing. He is a master teacher. Yes, we know he's a master teacher. He gets all honors for being master teachers. I'm saying, forget the master teacher or whatever. Look at these other people and check these other people. The same way you're checking him about, hey, why are you doing this? Why are you doing that? Check these same people. Check Pastor G. Why she's causing confusion. Ask her that. Don't ask Taj that. Don't ask Abdullah why or whatever like that. Go ask Shem. Don't worry about the master teachers. Don't follow them. Look at the people who are around the master teacher who don't have the qualification of master teacher, but are acting as if they're a master teacher and they got some clout or something like that because they're sitting there with the master teacher. You don't get any WWE in here. You're not getting it. Honors to all the Moors in the chat. Honors to all the mothers. If you got questions, Canaanland@gmail.com. Every Wednesday, we're right here, 5 p.m., answering your questions. This is number 36. Go check the archives if you're late. Honors to the Prophet Noble Drew Ali. Peace and love to all the Moors worldwide. All the few faithful Moors. Honors to all the Moors worldwide. Oh, no one's saying it's wrong to ask the master teacher. We're saying ask the master teacher then. He's on the platform every whatever Friday. Go in their chat, put your all caps on, and ask away all your questions. I'm saying I bet they're going to block you. So, well, not they. I bet the moderator is going to block you. Which again, supposed to let you know something. If you don't know something yet from basically everything that we've been talking about, if you still don't know something and you still want to go ask questions and all that stuff, and then go ask your questions. Because there ain't no need to be talking anymore then. If you just want to go ask questions, go ask your questions. And see what you get. And then you're going to be coming complaining about, why did Taj let her respond to my question like that? Why did he? Why did he what? Is that his platform? No, it's not. So stop it. Honors, Moors. Stay faithful. Peace and love to all the Moors worldwide.